did your tryout begin? I want somebody to give me that answer. Somebody, speak up. When you woke up this morning, when else? When you started training, young men, your tryout started when you took your first breath.
Welcome to another episode of a different basketball podcast. My name is Jordan Mount. Today we are joined by Allison. But before we get to our guest today, I just want to take this time to dedicate the show to a great friend, mentor, and person, Chris Beatty. Beatty passed away Saturday night trying to save two people in Indianapolis. He left this world doing what he does best, and that's helping people. Chris was an amazing mentor and friend to me, as he was giving me great life advice and buying dinner every opportunity he got. He's one of the kindest souls you'll ever meet. The Beatty family also encourages everyone to live like Chris every day, live life to the fullest, and love everyone boldly and stand for what is right. The Beatty Memorial Scholarship Fund has been set up in his honor. If you would like to donate or want more information, I will drop the link in the show note. And as I said before, please rest in peace, Mr. Indianapolis. But now let's go ahead and get to our guest. I'd like to welcome Allison to the show. Chris, man, I really appreciate you coming on today.
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time and inviting me on.
Yeah, so Chris is the TMO for two TBL teams, but more importantly, he's the CEO of Open Arms. But before we get to that, I just want to take a moment and talk about the awesome Marvel collection that you have in the background.
Yes, sir.
Can you show the listeners a little bit? Maybe talk about your love for Marvel movies.
Okay, so if for anybody that knows me, I am summed up in three things. One is Star Wars, superheroes, and the Steelers. So everything that is behind me is just me. So everything is like pretty much like 95% of everything that is here was given to me. So I can't learn how to do this. So, I got Star-Lord on top, Steelers shrine there, some Open Arms stuff, some boxing gloves, my favorite LeBrons there, some more Star Wars stuff, some paintings that people did for me. Iron Man's helmet. I'm a nerd. I'm okay with that. My Owensboro Thoroughbreds and Indy Express shrine over there. Grandpa's flag from whenever he passed, and then I have some other stuff over there. So yeah, that's my like I said, 95% of it has been people have given me stuff over the year because they knew who I am. So that's pretty cool. The stuff that got. I'm a huge superhero nerd. Iron Man and Batman are my two favorites. So one from each universe. I'm sure nobody cares about this at all, but I'm glad this group shared it.
I care, and that's why we're talking about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm a big MCU fan. I'm not exactly a huge like DC fan. I do like Batman. I think the Christian Bale Batman is good.
Well,
it's the best. Yeah, the best. Yeah, I agree. The new, I think Robert Pattinson's going to come on as the new one. But, anyways, yeah, I don't know how great that's going to turn out. Hopefully it'll be all right.
Matt Reeves is a great director, and he's a great storyteller. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that'd be great. So let's go ahead and get into talking a little bit. I know we've talked before, but I just kind of want to know, how did you get involved in TBL? How's the experience been, and talk about that a little bit.
So the initial reason that I got involved with the TBL was I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and we have some sports leagues here that we're involved in. And through that, I met a guy named Cody Ballard, and he's a part and the founder of the Brick League, which is a pro-am here in Columbus, and also Junior Brick, which is a youth basketball program. And in that process, my goal with our sports stuff was to be able to take guys that didn't get a chance in high school or college to be able to help go through the rec level. And then my goal and plan is to be able to help them get to the pro level. And so I expressed this plan to Cody and talked to him about it. And he had told me about the teams that he had played for. He played for the Lima Express. He played for the Columbus Condors before, and then also the Ohio Bootleggers. And so I asked him about that process, and he told me that the guy that owned the Condors, which turned out to be Daryl Miller, was getting ready to bring the Condors back and take them into the TBL. And so through that process of me understanding and learning it, I had the opportunity to go to Indianapolis and go to the team market owners meeting in Indy last summer. And I sat there and I listened to it. And what was going on. And it was exactly, the premise of the TBL is exactly what I was interested in doing as far as being able to give guys opportunity. And I love the message of what they were trying to portray, through the programs that they have. So that was where I got involved with it. And, at the same time, I also had an apparel company, Infinite Apparel, and wanted to be able to talk to Magley about being able to do the uniforms and the apparel that's there. So my mission inside of it was twofold. One was to be able to give guys in Columbus opportunities to be able to pursue their basketball dreams, but also to have Infinite Apparel be the sponsor and the brand for the league.
Okay. Yeah. So, I know that we've spoken about, open arms, and, I actually was just like 30 minutes before this conversation, reading over the open arms page. Mm-hmm. I want you to kind of talk a little bit about your involvement in open arms and how that's tying in with TBL.
Sure. So as I spoke about Infinite Apparel, the reason I started Infinite Apparel was not because I had any desire to create a brand or to create an apparel company, but my number one mission, my priority, my passion in life is working with those with developmental disabilities. And I started a company whenever I was 20, back in 2011, called Open Arms. And the purpose of it is to be able to provide care for those with disabilities. We provide in-home care, employment opportunities, education, entertainment, Special Olympics programs, a whole system of programming for individuals with disabilities to give them an opportunity to be able to grow and to be able to have a better edge in life. And so that's my primary focus and mission. And how I started the sports programs is because we have individuals that let's say they only like playing basketball. Within Special Olympics, which is a great program, they only have an opportunity to play basketball 2-3 months out of the year. And so for the rest of the year, they really don't have organized sports to be able to participate in. And so we created sports leagues, and my goal was to be able to integrate individuals from the Special Olympics side and those with disabilities into those that didn't have a disability, and be able to integrate them so that way they could find opportunities to be able to do more. So we created other leagues, and I have my own teams within the leagues, and I brought guys that have disabilities onto my team, not telling anybody that they had a disability because I didn't want them to be treated any differently. So within that same aspect, the story with Open Arms and the apparel company was we had an employment program, and we wanted them to do more than just bag groceries and push carts, even though there's nothing wrong with that. The individuals, they have skill sets that are just not being explored or being cultivated for them to be competitive within the workplace. And so we created 8 different vocations. We have a culinary program, a media program, landscaping, construction, custodial, mechanics, and a retail program that we have all these different things, and they can pursue whichever vocation that they're interested in. And inside of that, we created an apparel company because we were doing the sports, so it made sense for us to be able to create our own apparel. So Infinite Apparel is primarily produced, designed, managed by those with developmental disabilities, for us to give them an opportunity to be able to get life experience to be competitive within the workplace. Because a lot of times, as anybody can attest coming out of college, it's really hard to find a job if you don't have that experience. So we're doing the educating, but also giving them life experience to be able to be competitive. And as we grow Infinite Apparel, it'll allow us to be able to expand not only Open Arms into other cities, but also Infinite Apparel in other opportunities with our other businesses that we have in there. So Open Arms and how that's connected to TBL is it's given us an opportunity to be able to clothe the players, to be able to do some marketing for the teams. And we've done some things over the off season with some of the brands. I don't want to spill the beans on that, but there's a couple of teams that have some pretty cool initiatives that we have, and they've partnered with Infinite Apparel to be able to make that happen. So if it wasn't for the TBL taking a chance on me, not only was a risk to take on a new apparel company, but also to allow a guy to be able to take on 2 teams. If they didn't do that, then we wouldn't have these opportunities to be able to give more opportunities to not only the players, but also to the individuals.
No, I think you do a great job of balancing all this out. I think I'm going to give you the nickname Mr. Business, because every time I call you, you're either on the road or you're doing some type of business transaction. You got a phone call. I'm actually curious before we kind of hop into anything else. So how does somebody get involved with Open Arms? So, I'm somebody that needs help in the job, maybe I have a disability, and then I want to get into these vocations, what's those steps looking like, and how are you taking people on?
Right. So as of right now, we have we are only focused in Ohio. My goal is to be able to reach all 88 counties that Ohio has. We're going to do that through 16 hubs, and then we're going to be able to expand. One of the things I think that we'll get into, the reason I was interested in doing, 2 teams was we want to expand Open Arms into those markets as well. So wherever we have a TBL market, we're going to expand opportunities. We've had a lot of progress in Owensboro. There's a company down there called Puzzle Pieces that we were getting involved with right before the season ended, and we had a plan to be able to help them with a project that they had, and to be able to help them with their 5K that they were going to do. I don't want to do those things just because it's a good op-ed or PR piece. I want to do those things because that's my mission. So that is one of the focuses that I have, is for anything that we do with TBL is we're expanding into those markets, Open Arms as well. So as of right now, if you're in Columbus, you can go to our website, oaohio.com, and be able to find out more information about that and contact the office. Unfortunately, right now with COVID, we're pretty much every company in Ohio is pretty much shut down, and we're kind of just waiting on this thing to find a remedy to be able to find ways to be able to safely provide programming within the offices here. We do online programming right now, but it's just not the same. Hands-on is how we do well and we succeed. So if you're interested in learning more about it and you live in Ohio, we'd love to talk to you about it and potentially bring those to your county or to your city. But as of right now, we have 2 branches in Ohio, one in Columbus and one in Mansfield.
I like that plug you just did. That was smooth, man. That was a smooth plug. But no, all 12 TBL teams last season wore your guys' Infinite Apparel uniforms. Very cool designs. Did you design those yourself, or did you have somebody else design those?
The designs, besides a couple teams had in mind what they want to do, but the rest of them, I did. I came from a very small school. I don't want to elaborate too much on that, but I graduated with a group of 6 people, and that was our largest class. And our basketball jerseys were blue and white, and they had blue letters on the white side and white letters on the blue side. And I feel like it's like ingrained in me where I have to do better because of that in my life. And so, but I really enjoy graphic design. I really enjoy marketing, and for me, that's one of the big ways that I have an outlet of creativity is through graphic design. It is not my forte. It is not my main business, but it is something that I enjoy doing in my outlet. So I really enjoyed being able to have the opportunity to design them. And some of the teams were pretty challenging as far as what their goals were. I think one of the most interesting ones was Tampa Bay's alternate that we were going to do. With the season being cut short, we didn't get to do that. So I'm hoping Basil will be able to is still wanting to be able to do that design for next season. But I thoroughly enjoyed being able to communicate with the teams, and I've already been in contact with the new teams that are coming on, and they're excited about the jerseys and the apparel stuff coming up. So I'm excited to have another shot at more jerseys there.
How I'm curious to know how do you get 48 hours in a day? Because there's no way that your days are 24 hours with everything that you do. Like, what, you just sleep 2 hours? I mean, what are you doing? I mean, I want to know the secret. Do you have a time machine somewhere, or what do you got?
Lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
That's how we do that. No, actually, lucid dreaming is pretty cool, and that's a whole nother conversation otherwise. But no, I to be honest with you, with Open Arms, I have a phenomenal team that is around me. My CCO is absolutely amazing, and she makes sure that I stay in line. She's always pushing to be able to make sure that the dreams and visions that I have for the business stay on track and in compliance. Sometimes she just looks at me like, we can't do that. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. She's absolutely phenomenal. And she makes sure that, and, I've had people ask, well, if your mission is Open Arms, then why are you pursuing all these avenues? Well, the reason is because a lot of individuals don't have opportunities to be able to just go to let's say an apparel company. They're not going to have the opportunity just to go to an apparel company and say, I want to learn how to make t-shirts, show me how to do it. We're not going to be able to get their voice and their opportunities out there unless we first and foremost be able to create it for them. And so that's why I'm so versed in so many different opportunities, is because I'm going to give them the opportunities that other people won't. It's not because I want to diversify business. It's not because I want to be in different areas. I enjoy them. I enjoy sports thoroughly. I absolutely love sports, and I enjoy the graphic side of it. If I felt that there were opportunities everywhere where people were actually going to listen to the individual and take on their mission and their heart and did that in a specific business sense, then I would not pursue these things. But that's why I do so many different things, is to give each and every person an opportunity to be able to pursue their dreams and what they're wanting to do. As far as hours in the day, my phenomenal team, is, with everything, and I'm trying to build that on the sports side of it. It's definitely a different animal than healthcare. I will say that. I have a phenomenal media team. My partner with Infinite, Wes, he's amazing. Sometimes he just looks at me like, remember, we're partners and that you're not my boss. And I get that. And, sometimes I'm just like, hey, we got to get this done, because I'm trying to balance all these different things. And, he's been great with helping me with those things. So, and we have a couple new pieces that are coming to the table. My buddy moving back from California, he's going to take over some media stuff. So as we develop a new business and as we build a new team around it, I'm able to spearhead it and then hand it off to other people and then move on to the next thing. So that way we can keep progressing. I can't wear all the hats, but I like being involved with all of them and doing that. So I'm not Superman. I'm not a magician. I have phenomenal people around me that help me out.
I think that's awesome. That you got great people around you, and that's kind of the secret to life. And you figured it out. I mean, you were successful early. And your continued success is it's inspiring to a lot of people. And how old are you right now?
I just turned 31. So,
woo,
I know,
young dude.
Old. Young.
Yeah, right. Let's talk a little bit about kind of your experience with Indy and experience with Owensboro. Owensboro is actually the home of Rex Chapman. If you guys know who Rex Chapman is, that's Rex Chapman country down there. Also the home of Kentucky Wesleyan. You guys played at the same facility that Kentucky Wesleyan plays at. Is that correct?
That is. And we went to a couple of their games as a team, a couple down there in Owensboro.
Yeah, that's an incredible basketball, just hub. They've always had really good teams. There was a coach that coached there for a long time that was really successful. My grandpa actually played with Wayne Chapman, who's from Owensboro. No, he lived in Owensboro. He was Rex Chapman's dad. So they played at the Kentucky Colonels together in the old ABA. But, let's talk a little bit about, how the experience in Owensboro went this past year. I mean, the crowds are incredible. The market is great. There's not a sports franchise that's necessarily super close professionally to that area. And so I think the Thoroughbreds provide a really good opportunity for the community to come out and see some great basketball.
Absolutely. Owensboro is a phenomenal city. I love Columbus. I absolutely love Columbus. I've lived here since I was 7. My family's from here. My grandparents, my great grandparents moved here back in the 50s, whenever the GM plant was here. And so, there's a lot of history with Columbus, and I love it. But if I could pick a small town that I really have seen and been a part of, Owensboro is just phenomenal, and I love the feel of it. I love everything about it. The sports center is amazing. The fans there. For anybody that's been a part of the TBL for the last couple of years, they understand the situation that was in Owensboro beforehand, and there's no point of reminiscing about that or talking about that. But people are eager for a franchise to be there and to be permanent there, and to actually listen. So I really enjoyed. I'm a very low key guy. I wear t-shirts and jeans. I'm most comfortable in that. I drive a truck. I'm a low key guy. So nobody knew who I was the whole entire time, unless somebody told them. And so it was good just to be able to talk to people and just be somebody behind the scenes to be able to talk to people, and to actually hear them talk about how they've enjoyed the games. It's a night and day experience. I believe the players, it was a night and day experience from the years before, and they may tell you otherwise. I don't know, but. I'm just taking from what I heard from other people. My goal, anytime that we do something, is to ensure that the paying fan, is enjoying what they get out of it. But more than the game, more than anything, the thing that I appreciated the most was not only the city, accepting, and it took a couple weeks, but also I do want to reiterate the players. The guys that we had on the team were phenomenal. Coach Anderson, I could not have asked for a better person to participate in the first season of me being there in Owensboro. He did everything that I asked him to do. He was absolutely phenomenal. Coach, I'll say this on this podcast, so it's forever cemented in history, that I apologize about the housing situation. We went through a couple of different houses, but we finally got his figured out. The guys that were taken care of, but I do apologize, Coach. But he was a great the whole entire time, and it was a learning experience for me. There's a lot of things that I want to change for next season and ensure that the guys have what they need. But the guys being out in the community and doing and understanding what we were trying to do, I was extremely hesitant, as a TMO for the first time. Just I wanted everything to go perfectly. That's just my thing. I want to make sure things happen right. And the guys were so phenomenal out in the community with integrated the videos. I was more excited about them being out in the community and giving back than I was about them winning. And I know that sounds backwards in the league, but we win by having people there. We win by making an impact, not by scoring a bucket. Yes, sports is important, but the whole premise of why Owensboro was working was because we do care. I do want to say that I do care about winning. Wins and losses matter to me. Wins matter. I want to win, but I'm more focused on the community and making an impact on those around us, because that's what makes us better. That's what gives us a motivation. That's what gets people to come out and to cheer us on. And we didn't do it because we wanted people in the stands. We did it because that's who the guys are, and I want to give them a shout out. And we very much look forward to coming back. I have people text me all the time from Owensboro. I had more people from Owensboro wish me a happy birthday on my birthday than like my family, which was it was great just to get the text from it. I have Jason's a great guy down there. He calls me from time to time, asks me how I'm doing, and I appreciate that. And I've really enjoyed the people that are down there. Absolutely phenomenal. So we're all, everybody that was on the staff said that they want to come back. The players said that they want to come back. Coach wants to come back. So I think everything that we had going on down there was great. And I very much look forward to coming back next season in Owensboro for sure.
Yeah, no, for the record, I texted you happy birthday too. So
yes, I appreciate
it. For the record, yeah.
Everything cemented. Yeah.
Exactly. No, it was great. I was down there for the first game of the season, and the crowd is great, and the people that run the stadium are really good too, and their stats crew is good. So I think there's a great things going on down there in Owensboro. Ray Crawford actually got a contract to play overseas during the season, and when he left, I thought he was a really good player for you guys. But let's talk about Indy a little bit. You guys, that was the best team record wise when everything shut down. They had really good players, great names. I think it's a market that's, going to develop a little bit more. But overall, I think it was a great experience for the fans of Indianapolis that can't afford to go to Pacers games or Colts games to be able to come into Indy and to watch, players like Robert Vaden, Joe Reddick and Troy Taylor and guys like that. So just, kind of talk about the impact of those players and, on that city and kind of what he experienced there. And, and Andre Owens as well. I know, Andre's he's a deep person. I love Andre to death. And so, kind of talk about the greatness of those players and, the greatness of that team, up until that point where the COVID hit.
Yes, I will gladly talk about the regular season champion, Indian Express. That was a thing of contention there at the end of it. We wanted to make sure we were trying very hard to push at the end of that to get that tournament done so we could be the outright winners of the league. But that's a discussion for another day. But no, the Express definitely had a lot of firepower and had a great playing core. And guys, I think that if injuries didn't happen, we would have been, I think that we only lost one game by like 10, and the other game was a last second freaking last second shot in Indy where we lost there. But no, they're phenomenal players. I think that, with, like you mentioned, Baden, playing in the pros, playing in the big three playing in UAB. Great player, great person. I really enjoyed being around him. His wife was phenomenal as well. And their kids were always at the games. I enjoyed. They came down to the first game in Owensboro. Enjoyed them being down there. Joe Reddick playing for Liberty. I really like Joe's game. He's a quiet guy, but plays his role. Great person. So the players on the team, and Knuckles really came on at the end. I really liked him. His game and what he brought to it. He was over, I think he was in Italy, right whenever COVID hit. So he was leaving right then. And all those guys literally could go play for any team anywhere. They have phenomenal talent, phenomenal depth. And the thing is, the majority of them were from Indy, and so there wasn't as much of the integration in the community because a lot of them were working jobs, taking care of families because they're there inside of Indy. And I think that's something that Andre and I discussed that next season. We need to do that. We definitely need to do that more because that is, like I said, for Owensboro, that's the reason that we do it. So looking forward to those changes, those transitions for this next season. I think that if we match the talent, the names, and the mission all together, I think that we'd be an unstoppable force. If we don't do that, then we probably won't win. And I'm always a realist whenever it comes to things. I'm not going to sugarcoat things and say that we were perfect on everything because we weren't. We had things that we could fix in every team, on both teams in every area. But I think that I'm looking forward to the changes. And like I said at the very beginning, I was very nervous with the new league, being a new TMO, being new to this experience, being able to put all that together. And, next season will be completely different. Just experiences, conversations, things. And I look forward to that opportunity in Indy as well.
Yeah, no, it's great. Shout out to Andre and RV and all those guys on the team. You guys had two really good 7-footers as well. And, Dominic Walls, Dominic Walls came off the bench and, they called him Chi-Town. So I want to give a shout out to him too, because, that's somebody that didn't get a lot of recognition in the stats category, but he really hustled. Also shout out to the stats crew. Stats crew is good. And
yes.
Chris was on the stats crew, here and there.
He was on the shot clock. He was on the stats crew. But yes, both Jazz and she's gonna murder me. I cannot.
Shanice,
yes, David. Yeah.
Shanice
was phenomenal. Both of them were absolutely great the whole entire season. Been working with Jasmine, our photographer, on the project that she has, and then talking to Shanice every once in a while, making sure that she's still good. So those two are great the whole entire season as well.
Yeah, I need to text her here soon. Just kind of see how she's doing. But anyways, conclusion. Let's see if you can do a little bit better than Evelyn did last week. So we got a speed round. We'll go 1 minute. Okay. If I've run out of questions, I'll send you $20. But
sweet.
We'll see. I take that back. I'm not.
No. You already put it out there. I want my money.
I got you, dude. Right? You have Apple Pay? I can get you Apple Pay.
I do have Apple Pay. Only Apple products here, bro.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite musician?
Queen.
Favorite movie?
Inception.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Home fries or hash browns?
Home fries.
Favorite athlete of all time?
Oh, man. D. Wade.
Favorite hobby?
Graphic design.
Favorite song to sing?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
How many instruments can you play?
0.
Favorite meal?
Spaghetti. Yeah.
Favorite restaurant?
Cap City Diner.
Favorite breakfast cereal?
Oh, peanut butter crunch, 1000. Yeah.
Oh, oatmeal or cereal?
Cereal, yeah.
Favorite city?
Columbus.
Favorite country to visit?
I've only ever been to Canada, so we can put it as Canada.
Where's the best food in America?
Probably Columbus is the heartbeat for sure.
Best barbecue in America?
Ray Ray's barbecue pit in Columbus.
Favorite snack?
Ice cream.
Favorite kind of chips?
Sour cream and cheddar. Ruffles.
Time. Boom. Got 19. I think it was 19. I made up one in my head, so we'll
$20 because you ran out. Oh,
well, I got you. Well, the time ran out, and then the questions ran out.
Oh,
so you wanted
legal jargon to me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put that up to the listeners.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But anyways, Chris, thanks for coming on the show today. I really appreciate your time. I want to thank all the listeners that came on the pod today again. Kind of the 7 Energy Combine Series is going to start here soon. The first one's going to be in Little Rock on June 26th, and then the Combine Series is going to be released. So any players or TMOs or GMs looking to get on that, keep looking at our social media outlets for more information. If you want more information on Open Arms, check out our website or check out their website, oaohio.com. Thank you again. Like, subscribe, and give us the 5 stars. Really appreciate you guys. Again, Chris, man, thanks for coming on the show.
See you, man.